I don't have cash on me, and my phone is dead. I know how that sounds. She said it with the composure of someone who is genuinely embarrassed but has decided that honesty is more useful than performance. She was standing on the shoulder of Route 12 beside a silver car that had made its decision to stop 2 miles outside of Milford and had been very firm about it, her arms crossed against the October wind, her laptop bag over her shoulder as though she'd been prepared for everything except this. The man who had pulled his truck over behind her was 33 years old, in a work shirt with a grease stripe that had survived many washings, and he had the unhurried quality of someone who has never in his life driven past a broken-down car on the side of a road. His name was Holt Reeve. He ran a one-man auto repair shop on the edge of Milford that his father had started and that Holt had inherited along with its debts and its excellent reputation and its particular way of doing business, which was, fix it right, charge what's fair, and never turn anyone away on a bad day. He looked at the car. It was a silver sedan that was significantly newer and considerably more expensive than anything his usual customers drove. He looked at the woman. She was 30 years old, composed in the way of people who are accustomed to being competent and are finding the current situation disagreeable precisely because competence is not currently the relevant skill. "Pop the hood," he said. "Let me look. I told you I can't pay you right now." "I heard you," he said simply. "Pop the hood." She looked at him for a moment. Then she reached in and pulled the lever. It was the alternator. Not catastrophic, fixable, a part he had in his truck because he kept an assortment of common failures on hand from years of roadside calls. He worked for 40 minutes in the October wind without complaint and without commentary except the functional kind, and she stood beside him and handed him tools when he asked and did not pretend to be doing something else. "You keep a lot of parts in your truck," she said at one point. "People break down everywhere," he said. "Not just near shops." She was quiet for a moment. "Is that a philosophy or a logistics decision?" "Both," he said. When it was done, he closed the hood and wiped his hands. "It'll get you where you're going," he said. "Have someone look at it properly this week." She reached for her bag. "Please give me your information. I'll transfer the money tonight when I get to a charger." "Don't worry about it," he said. She looked at him with the expression of someone who has just been told something they don't know how to categorize. "I'm not going to not pay you. You can come by the shop if you want," he said. "Reeve Auto on Crest Road. But I'm not going to chase it." He looked at the car. "It was an alternator. An hour of my time. You were stuck on the side of a road in the cold. That's all." She looked at him for a long moment, this man with the grease stripe and the truck full of parts and the complete absence of transaction in his manner, and said more quietly, "What's your name?" "Holt," he said. "Drive safe." Her name was Callaway Vane. 30 years old. She was the founder and CEO of Vane Systems, a fleet management software company that provided operational infrastructure for transportation companies across the northeastern United States. She had been driving herself to a site visit. Her driver had a family emergency and she had said she'd manage, and had discovered, 60 miles from her destination, that managing had its limit. She drove to Milford with a repaired alternator and thought about Holt Reeve the entire way. She came to Reeve Auto the following Tuesday. Not to pay, she had already processed a wire transfer to his business account on Friday evening using the information she'd found on his shop's website, an amount that covered the part and 4 hours of labor at a rate she had determined was fair. She came because she had been thinking about something else. She found him under a sedan. She announced herself by knocking on the lift's frame. He rolled out, looked at her, recognized her. "You didn't have to come in," he said. "I sent the payment Friday," she said. "I came for a different reason." He sat up, waited. "I run a fleet management company," she said. "We work with 43 transportation companies across the region. All of them need reliable on-road mechanical support, someone who can respond to breakdown calls, do roadside repair, and handle routine maintenance for their vehicles." She paused. I've been trying to build a vendor network for this for 2 years. Every shop I've approached either can't scale to the response time we need or quotes rates that don't make sense for the volume. He looked at her steadily. What's the response time you need? 90 minutes within a 60-mile radius, she said. 4 breakdowns. Routine maintenance is scheduled. I'm one person, he said. I know, she said. The contract structure allows for subcontracting. We'd essentially be backing your expansion. You'd hire the additional mechanics. We'd guarantee the volume that makes it viable. She paused. I looked at your reviews before I came. 47 reviews, 5 stars, 12 years of operation, 0 complaints filed with the state licensing board. Another pause. You fixed my car on a Tuesday in the cold without asking for anything. I've been in business long enough to know that's not a fluke. That's how someone operates. He was quiet for a long moment. He looked at his shop. The lift, the parts shelves, the debt payment schedule that had 2 years left on it, the father's name still on the sign outside. I'd need to think about it, he said. Take the time you need, she said. She set a folder on his workbench. The proposal is there when you're ready. She looked at him. And Holt. The wire transfer was for 4 hours. The actual time was 40 minutes. You undercharged yourself. He looked at the folder. Then at her. The other 3 hours were for the cold, he said. Driving on a bad alternator in October is hard on a car. I wanted the math to be honest. She looked at him with the expression of someone who has just had a suspicion confirmed. So do I, she said. That's why I'm here. She left. He picked up the folder. He read it that evening at his kitchen table with the specific attention of someone who has been working towards something for 12 years and has just been handed a map. He called on Thursday. She answered on the second ring. I have questions, he said. I expected you would, she said. That's why I put my direct number on the cover page. They talked for an hour. He asked every question that mattered. She answered them all directly, including the ones that were not flattering to her company's previous vendor relationship. He appreciated the directness more than he said. One more thing, he said before they ended the call. What's that? The alternator job, he said. I would have done it the same way if you'd driven a 10-year-old hatchback. She was quiet for a moment. I know, she said softly. That's the whole reason I'm calling. Fix the car. Do it right. Don't wait to find out who's watching or what it's worth. The road is full of people stuck in the cold, and the ones who stop are always the ones worth knowing. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's spread more stories of kindness and hope together.